Argos. I've just picked up a hedge trimmer and a strimmer. I've got quite a growth at the back of the house, and no one likes an unruly bush. I think everybody likes a well-trimmed bush. I think there's a consensus on that. So I'm going to attack the back garden. The experience in Argos was pretty much the usual. It's quite early on a Sunday. It's not noon yet, so wasn't too busy. Didn't have to wait long. And it's always nice when there's very few people around. I think it's always a more enjoyable experience. Obviously the queuing is less. Just the fact that you don't have to be near them, the general public. I don't want to sound anywhere, snobby or anything like that, and I do appreciate some people might find me a little bit, what's the word, aloof, up his own arse, I think was a comment I once heard from someone, which is, I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's a bit like offence, really. I don't intend to offend anybody, but offence is a very personal thing. Some people get offended over nothing, some people never get offended, and it's pretty hard to offend me, I think. I would like to think so. I think words, sayings, phrases, well, I can't even imagine any sort of phrase or something that would offend me. If somebody, I don't know, I'm trying to think of one. Here we go. You're ugly. Okay, yeah, that's probably a valid point. You're fat. Yeah. You're bald. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Middle-aged. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Specky four eyes. Well, I do wear glasses. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. And even the generic ones. You're an arsehole. Maybe I am. Yeah. That's interesting though, isn't it? How do you offend me? Ignoring me? That's okay. I've been I'm quite proud of the fact that I've been ignored for most of my adult life. I'm probably ignored most of my childhood as well. Yeah, that made me laugh now, I have to say it. So, physical violence, anything physical, I'm not a big fan of. There's this fight or flight reaction that we're meant to have. I have the flight reaction, basically. I pride myself in how quickly I'll get out of and get away from any sort of confrontation of that nature. I was punched in the face as a child, and it was over something very trivial, but I think I learned a lot from that. I was used to leave the school. I would be about 8 or 9. And when school finished at 3:30, I would leg it. I would run like the wind all the way home. Now, I was pretty fit and young. Probably the only time in my life I had loads of energy. But there was one boy in the class. For whatever reason, he took offence that I was always the first out, the first one out the gates, first one up the whatever, So he decided to chase me one evening. I suppose late afternoon, and just came up to me and punched me in the face. I'm not going to mention his name, but I think there's a very high chance his life has taken a different path to mine. But I learned a lot from that. I learned to avoid getting punched in the face is a good thing, but I also learned a little bit of negativity, a bit of something going wrong. It's something you can learn from. I'm not suggesting that life is one everlasting long strings of crushing defeats, upsets and failures. But the late great Winston Churchill once said, success is moving from one failure to the next with no loss of enthusiasm. And I think that's true. You learn nothing from your successes, but they're very well